Hey folks, this is Coloring Chemist. My name is Connie and welcome back to my channel. So I believe we are on to the April 2023 portion of the 12 months, 12 days, 12 hauls series of videos. So if you missed the first video in this series, I sort of did a little intro there that kind of explained, why I'm doing it like this. I pulled out basically everything I had purchased during 2023, kind of, well, as a wake-up call to myself. Taking stock, seeing exactly how much I did purchase, and reminding myself of the beautiful supplies and books that I have, and I need to use them. This is just so you have something to look at while I do this little intro. This is a page that the lovely and talented Coloring with Kay did on her channel, and she did a little tutorial where she showed how she did kind of a multicolor background and used masking fluid. And so this is, you probably can't quite see, but you can see the shine there. That's where I've put the masking fluid on, so I haven't done the background yet, but I've just sort of prepped this and letting it dry. This is done using a PBO, P-E-B-E-O, masking fluid pen, which you will have to wait until, I think, December, the haul to see. Of course, I filmed these hauls not in the month that they are for, so I didn't film this in April 2023. I filmed it later. So, yeah, but I can talk in December 2023 haul about how the masking fluid pen works versus the paintbrush kind of method, and yeah, we'll talk about that later. Alrighty, well, here we go. On to April 2023 haul. Alright, I believe we are on to April. What did I purchase in April 2023? I have to say, doing this haul this way, where it's like kind of end of the year, I look back through all of my emails and purchases just to see what I got. It really shows me, well, how truly blessed and how truly grateful I am to have so many lovely books and supplies. But it also shows me that I should probably stop buying things. I know collecting is part of the hobby, right? But I need to focus more on the other part of the hobby, which is using the things that I have. All right, so here are the books that I got in April 2023. This is another Color Ya book. They look very similar to the Color It books. The Color It books are American. These, Color Ya, I believe, is a French company. I prefer these to Color It. I find some of the illustrations in the Color It books just not my cup of tea. But I do like the Color Ya illustrations, and I like the paper in their mandala books better. I kind of like their mandalas better too. So I have volumes 1 and 2. This is volume 3. I'm actually almost done volume 1, I think. They also have some night books, mandala night books, and I am finished volume 1 of those, and I have volume 2. I think I showed it in one of the previous months, but yeah, so there's mandalas volume 3. Any of these Color Ya books I probably get from Amazon UK because they're just too hard to find on Amazon Canada or Amazon US. I got, I believe, my first Melpomene Chatspanagiottu books in April. So I got Nature Mandalas and Enchanted Earth. These are also the UK versions. I tend to prefer the paper on the UK versions. There's a picture I colored. It's a smoother paper. I like using the Pitt pens, and yeah, it just seems to work a little bit better. So I think I ordered these the same time I ordered that Color Ya mandala book, because they probably all came from Amazon UK. I also got 2 more Kirby books. So I think, was it February or March? I've completely lost track by now. I got my very first Kirby Rosanis book, and so now I have Fragile World and Alien Worlds. And actually those 3 are still the only Kirby books I have. So I have Kaleidomorphia, I think was the first one I got, and then Fragile World and Alien Worlds. I don't know that I will buy more. I'm okay with just having some books from an illustrator. I don't need to have them all. Unless they're my absolute favorite. I do. Actually, no, I don't. I was going to say I have all of Joanna Basford's books, but I don't. There's a few that I don't have. But yeah, this should keep me busy for a long, long time. So I think I'm okay with those. I got this little guy. It's very cute. There's a whole series of these, and they're, I think if you go to search for it, you type in I heart, and then this is I heart bees. There is I heart koalas, unicorns. There's tons more. And they're just little books. They're maybe what, 6 inches by 6 inches, 5 inches by 5 inches. And they've got, they're one-sided. They've got kind of a wallpapery design on the other side, so it doesn't really matter if that gets covered up or not. There's something I colored there. But they're just nice because they're quick little images. The paper's pretty good, actually. It's, if you can hear, single piece of paper. So it's not cardstock, but it's thick, bright white paper. And there's a lot of images in there. I think they have Christmas ones. They have, yeah, all kinds. So I think I might have gotten that from Amazon UK as well. I'm not sure. This is the second Angela Gonzalez book that I got. This is The Magical Colors of Fairies. Again, I just really like the big eyes on the creatures. What was the other one? Sea of Colors? I haven't done any coloring on either one yet, but yeah, I like the big eyes on the critters. It's Amazon print paper, which is not the best, but very cute images in there. I got this one. This was fairly inexpensive. Amazon print again. It's called The Bee Garden, or just Bee Garden, pardon me. Coloring book by Deanne Black. Yeah, she's either Canadian or UK, because that's Canadian or UK spelling of coloring. But this is printed in Bolton, Ontario, so I did buy this through Amazon Canada. Doesn't really say, I don't think. She apparently writes other books, like fiction books as well. Yeah. And then she does illustrations. She's got a lot of other books there. Christmas, kinds of books. I just thought it was a fun little book. I got 2 of the Karen E. Myers books. The Mystical Lands of Kelswitch. It doesn't say, so that's probably book 1. And this is The Mystical Lands of Clonadra, Forgotten Folk Tales. And this is Adventures in the Secret Realms, book 2. Her art style is very sort of fantasy, but still almost cartoon like. Well, I don't want to call it a cartoon. Not fantasy as in, realistic fantasy. I guess that's what I was trying to get at. I don't know what realistic fantasy would look like, but that's, yeah, maybe hopefully you know what I mean. And there's always double images in her books, so you get 2 copies of each. I like her stuff. And I like that it always has this border around the edge, kind of a Celtic knot border, which you can color or not, right? On the cover here, you can see, hopefully there's not too much glare from the lights there. They've got it colored, but it means that you don't have to worry about coloring right into the spine, or coloring out to the edge of the page, because you've always got that border. And I mean, you can just leave it grayscale as it is, and it would be fine. This is the only Chris Riniak book that I have, but I just thought it looked so cute. Morning Scribbles coloring book, 50 pages of monster doodles drawn by a big weirdo for you to color. That's what it says on the front. And they're grayscale, just monsters with great big eyes. I just thought they were cute. I haven't colored in this one either. I have so many uncolored books. Yeah, picked that up in April. And then one more book. This is the last, so I think I showed 2 of these in a previous month haul. This is the last one. I don't think I'll get any more of these. They're fun. They're color by number. They're by AJ Quinnell, the Eclipse Publishing Company. They're that better quality. I think they're not Amazon paper. Oh no, they are manufactured Amazon, but it's that better quality paper that's thicker and smoother, and then it's got black on the back side, and then you've got your color code there. So it's color by number. This one is botanical. I just like color by number books sometimes, just because you don't have to use your brain, right? You can just zone out. The colors are already chosen for you. I don't mind the color palettes that he puts in these books. Some other color by number books have some weird color palettes going, but I don't mind his or hers. I actually don't know if that's a man or woman. And that's it for books for April. Now supplies. I grabbed these in April. So these are the Sennelier iridescent oil pastels. So there's 12, but actually only 10 of them are iridescent. There's also just a regular black and a regular white in here. And then you've got 10 of the metallic colors. These are very soft. And I don't know what to do with them. I bought them because the want monster, really. I think I saw them on someone else's channel and thought, ooh, but I'm just not sure what to do with them in coloring books. That aluminum one is very sparkly. It's right there. Lots of golds. Red golds, pale golds, and then a reddish brown gold. Transparent blue. That's a pretty color too. I don't know if the camera will pick up the blue or if the lights are too bright. Yeah. So, someday I will figure out what to do with them. I know I could do backgrounds, but I don't know, they're very sticky. And then I would have to fix them, I'm assuming. Yeah. Normally for metallics on pages, I use metallics as sort of little, embellishments. But because the tips on these oil pastels are so big, right? You can't really use them to get in and do a small area. I think that's why I'm stymied as to what I'm going to do with them, because I can't use them like I would normally use metallic. Ooh, and they come right off in your fingers. They're really soft. They're beautiful. I mean, they're not meant for colorists, right? They're meant for artists who are doing oil pastel work, and I totally understand that, totally get that. So yeah, the fact that I can't figure out how to use them is user confusion. It's not any fault of the product. Also grabbed a 50 set of the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils. I know there is a 100 set, but I just got this 50 set just to see what I thought of them. Of course, they come in a cardboard case, which there was a sleeve, I think, to go over top this, which I think I probably tossed, but I kept the bottom part because then you could make a little stand out of them, or they fold flat, lay down. I made little swatch cards to go in here. So that's the 50 colors. I just numbered them. I put them in color order as best I could myself, and then put probably Sharpie, or not, yeah, just a little Sharpie number on there. So I called that's number 26. Oops, sorry. Number 26. But that's not, there's no other color names or numbers anywhere on the pencils. They're triangular barrel. So I numbered them myself, and then that's why you see numbers on the swatch cards here. It's not, those aren't Faber-Castell numbers. There's number 26 right there. It's just what I did. And then I just tuck those in there. I also got a 24 set of the Staedtler Super Soft pencils. I think they only come in a 24 set. They do have color numbers on them. Any Staedtler product, you're always going to see where it says art number, and then it'll have some kind of code, and then usually a dash, and the number after the dash is the color number. So this says 43, and then if you look online, you can find Staedtler charts that have names attached to those numbers, and I think 43 is like light orange or something like that. But that's how you figure out what color is which. I bought these for a comparison video, which I will try and remember to link below, just looking at the Staedtler color number system. So that's why I got those. It's a nice set of 24 pencils. And I also bought a few Derwent ChromaFlow. So this is kind of my Derwent. I have my color softs in here, which I bought a couple of years ago. And then I bought a bunch of green ChromaFlow pencils. Oops, sorry. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down here. 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that's it. So I just have those 11 green colors from the ChromaFlow line. I bought them open stock. I just wanted to see if I liked the pencils before I, laid out a bunch of money on a full set. I don't think I will buy the full set. They're okay, but I have other pencils that I like better. So anytime I'm not sure about a pencil set, if I can get open stock, that's what I'll do. I'll buy greens and then just see if I like them, because I'll always probably use greens. I color a lot of landscapes, and yeah, not my cup of tea. But got those in April 2023. I also got the 28 new Inktense colors. So I just took them out of the case and put them in this jar. These are the 28 new colors. They are very beautiful. I do love Inktense. They're a very fun pencil. So I had the 72 original colors before, so I added these, so now I have the full 100. So those were in April. Oh, I got this. This is a Koh-i-Noor Hardmouth Progresso graphite pencil that is all graphite. So it's woodless. So, sorry. So you can see there. This is just fun to feel. It just feels really neat in the hand, and it's heavy, and this is just an HB pencil, so hardness HB. I like writing with this, but I also like using this to clean my electric pencil sharpener. Because after you have sharpened colored pencils in an electric pencil sharpener for, a while, you should always clean it by running just a plain graphite pencil in there a couple times. Colored pencils will have wax or oil in them, right? So then that can kind of get stuck on the grinding mechanism in your electric pencil sharpener, and graphite will just sort of clean that all off. So you can just use a regular pencil too, but this was on sale somewhere, so I grabbed one, and I use it to write, but I also use it to just run through the sharpener. I bought this, and I can't remember if this is the first, because I think I have a backup bottle of this as well. So I don't know if the bottle I bought in April was my backup bottle or my original bottle. I can't remember. But this is the Satin Glazing Liquid by Golden. It's supposed to be an extender for acrylic paint to slow the drying time. But Coloring with Kay, who is a genius, showed how you can use this to paint on your pages almost like a ground, and like a gesso, like a ground. And then you can paint it very thinly on your coloring pages, let it dry, and it allows you to then use watercolor on pages that you typically wouldn't be able to use. And I actually discovered something else kind of neat about this. It's an extender for acrylic colors. Acrylic paint has plastic in it. I mean, that's what acrylic is, right? If you paint this on a coloring page thinly and let it dry, you can use alcohol markers on that coloring page, and they will not go through to the other side. How cool is that? So all those wonderful coloring books that we have that are double-sided, and we don't want to use alcohol markers because we'll wreck the other side of the page. If you paint this on, you can then put alcohol marker on, and it will not go through. Now, the alcohol marker will act a little differently because you're basically kind of coloring almost on plastic. So it can have a slightly different look. But, if you don't try it in a small area. But yeah, this is really neat stuff. It's just, it comes out white, but it will dry clear. Put it on in really thin layers. I would maybe put one layer on thinly and then let it dry, and then put another layer on thinly and let that dry. And I use this to put it on. It's a paintbrush, but it's silicone. It's not got brushes. Because I found when I used a regular paintbrush to put this on, you would end up with lines, right, from the brushes. And then I tried a foam, you can get those foam, these ones, right, the foam craft brushes. I tried this, but it also left a bit of a texture when I put this on. So then, I don't know where I saw this, but it's just like a paintbrush, but it's silicone. And this, it's almost like it's like a spatula almost. I guess you could use a spatula too. You're sort of putting it on with a spatula. And so, as long as you might get little ridges, sort of a brush width, and then you might get a little ridge. Try and go overlap, I guess is what I'm saying, a little bit, your brush widths, and just really thinly let it dry, put on a second coat, and that's probably going to be your best bet. So yeah, that's what I used to put it on. Where did I get this? Amazon, I think. I just thought I would insert this quick just to show you a page that I did where I did prep it with the satin glazing liquid and then colored with alcohol marker. So I don't know if you can see, and I'll maybe try and zoom in a bit here. So one of the places I used alcohol marker in this page is right there on the scarf. So the background to the scarf, the lettering on the scarf I think is a metallic gel pen, but the background to the scarf is alcohol marker. And it is it's a little streaky. The snowflake, that's alcohol marker too. These snowflakes up here, that's all alcohol marker. And I will zoom back out here. So, if we think about right in the middle of the page, that's alcohol marker. There's nothing there. There's nothing. Like, you can't even see ghosting. Now, I mean, this is a little bit better paper in this Flora Waycott book, but paper, I mean, unless you have like chipboard, alcohol marker is going to go through cardstock, it's going to go through everything. But yeah, if you prep the paper first with that satin glazing liquid, and I believe, oh my goodness, it was Color Me Stress Free, and I had originally gotten the idea from her. Now, I don't know if she used satin glazing liquid or if she used watercolor ground, one or the other, and she had prepped her page first and then used some alcohol marker. But yeah, I had this satin glazing liquid, and it has less of a tooth than watercolor ground does. So, or gesso, right? Gesso, when you put it on, is quite toothy, and I really didn't want that if I was going to be using alcohol marker, right? Because it's kind of hard in your nibs. So the satin glazing liquid, there's a tiny, tiny little bit of, just feels rough a little bit, but not bad. But yeah, and then you can color on it with alcohol marker, and nothing, doesn't go through. So that's pretty neat. And then, then I was on the kick with silicone tools, and I got a set of these ones, which are, they're just cheap. Again, I think, and maybe this was all one set, I can't even remember. But they have some with different shapes, different sizes. I believe they're for doing nails, like for people that do, is it gel? I don't know. I don't do my nails. The acrylic nails or the gel nails, I don't know, but that's what I think they're for. But they do come in handy for putting on, what was I using them for? Oh, particularly like this one. I don't know if you can see the end on this one. It's just cut at an angle. You see that? So then for blending out, say, oil pastels, I think that's what I was going to use it for. And I tried a little sample, but I don't know. I think I need to practice and work at it more because it didn't work as well as I thought. And then there's smaller tools, which also have a little dot tool on the other end. And again, these dot tools, there's different size basically little metal spheres on the end here. I don't know if you can see that. And I think they use them when they're doing nail work, like artwork and designs on nails, because you can just make little dots, right? But you can use these for dipping in ink and doing the same thing on your coloring pages. So I got those. This is a 12 set of the Goldfaber Aqua watercolor pencils from Faber-Castell, and it's a pastel set. I think you can get it on Amazon. Some very pretty colors, but I picked that up in April as well. I do have the full set of Faber-Castell. I think there's a 48 set, which is kind of their normal, usual colors, and then there's this 12 set of pastel colors. Really pretty colors in there. And then I got just a few craft things. Again, Fantasy Connie, which Lindsay the Frugal Crafter talks about that. She talks about Fantasy Lindsay, thinking she's going to do different projects, but in your head, I think what she means is in your head, you're like, oh, sure, I'm going to get into this hobby and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. So then you buy the stuff and then do you get into that hobby? Fantasy Connie thinks she's going to get into stamping and art journaling. Will she? That is yet to be seen. I have used stamps a little bit on my coloring pages, but not a lot. But I picked up this Fisker's stamp platform, and it's got little rubber feet on the bottom. And I mean, you would put the stamp on the bottom side, right? Your rubber cling stamp or your silicone cling stamp. And then it's got a grid so you can line things up. And then because it's got these rubber feet, it gives you that bit of you can push down, right? And from what I understand, lots of you are probably far more experienced stampers than I am. It just gives you that little bit of extra oomph to be able to make sure you get really good contact on the paper with your stamp ink. So I picked that up. And then I picked up this VersaFine permanent ink pad. So this is the Onyx Black. And I just put a little swatch of the color just on the side because I have them on a little rack so I can see what this is. And I think it might have come as a set with the reinker. I can't remember. But I just thought I would grab the reinker while I was at it, just so that, And from what I understand, for stamping images that you don't want to, that you maybe want to color over, this is the best because this is permanent ink. It's pigment ink. Once it's dry, you shouldn't be able to activate it with water. As far as I know, you shouldn't be able to activate it with alcohol marker either. So I think that's why this is a good ink to have for stamping images. I think that's it for April. Oh, this. This is a cell phone holder. And it is the handiest darn thing. I got it from Amazon. Hang on, it's going to be kind of loud. You can adjust the angle, right? So then it just sits. And you can put your phone on there. And then your phone sits in front of you. Now I know they make all kinds of, what do they call them? My nieces have them, pop sockets. I think that's what they call them. So then you can hold it right in the back of your phone, and then it works as a stand too. But I just thought this was, I don't know, neat. And then it holds my phone, and then my phone can just sit in front of me on my desk, and it's right there if I need it. All right, that's it for the April 2023 haul. We're a quarter of the way through the year now, so we're slowly making our way through 2023, and it's been eye-opening. It's been, I think, a good exercise for me to have done. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos and maybe, I don't know, just thinking about your own hauls, your spending habits, what you buy, what you don't buy. Maybe finding some ideas for things that you haven't seen before that would add value to your collections. I don't know. So, as always, if you like what you're seeing, consider subscribing to my channel, liking the video, leaving me a comment. All those things help my channel to grow. Thank you so much to everybody who's been watching and commenting and subscribing. It's wonderful. The coloring community on YouTube it's just a really wonderful place. I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is well. And I hope everyone is enjoying their coloring. Until tomorrow, when we tackle May 2023, that's it. All right? Thanks so much, guys. Till tomorrow. Bye-bye.